last but by no means least, I call the Honourable Member for Page.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, I want to put on record my serious concerns about the future of Campbell Hospital in Coraki in my seat of Page. These serious concerns are those shared by the approximately 1,200 residents. These concerns are as follows. It has been closed since last September after sustaining serious damage from a storm. We were told that the hospital had to be closed for safety reasons while repairs were carried out. Given that this had happened once before, where there was damage to the hospital, it had been closed, it had been repaired and it had been reopened, we believed that it would be repaired and be reopened. Well, it seems that we were wrong, or hopefully not deceived. The repairs are done, there's a structural report in and no reopening. Today I read in the local newspaper, the Northern Star, page 3, that the Northern New South Wales Local District Health Board, I read comments from them, from the chair, and it said that, or the chair was being quoted, that the hospital was not being reopened, and to quote directly, the present status of Campbell Hospital will remain unchanged. Further, a direct quote, the local health board will not be making any final decisions regarding the provision of clinical services to the Coraki and surrounds population until it receives and discusses the clinical services plan that will be developed. And that worries a lot of people. Yes, they want a clinical services plan, but how long will this take? They have no information about that, and they feel that it's been sprung on them. In the same article, the local general practitioner, Dr. Craig, is quoted in saying that it was becoming clear the long-term plan was to close the hospital for good. And that's the fears of the local community, and I understand those fears. And I would hope not. And I would caution the board against such a move. If they want to put improved health services in Coraki District, do so. But to have the trust and the cooperation of the community, they need to get back to tours, open the hospital first, then develop the plan, then work in consultation with the community. It's sad, Mr Speaker, that one of the first actions of the relatively new board with the community reps on it is to do this. It's not a good action and it's not a good look. And one overriding concern that I have as well, Mr Speaker, is that the lack of communication and connection to the Coraki District community is a perennial concern of mine and all residents to do with the health service. Mr Speaker, in talking about this issue, I raised 3 other points. I have a petition that went out into the local community, and this is a small community but significant, about 1,200 residents. I have a petition signed by over 1,300 signatures, and also I want to put on the record that there's been a phone call to my office from the CEO of the health district and said that he wants to meet with me next Tuesday. I'm happy to do that, but I shall report the outcome of that meeting to the local community. They're the people that I represent. And I also have with me, Mr Speaker, a letter written to me from the Bogle Local Aboriginal Land Council, and it says, Dear Janelle, re Campbell Hospital, Coraki, I write in regard to the possible closure of this vital facility. The Bogle Local Aboriginal Land Council has over 100 members from the local area who rely heavily on this facility for regular and emergency medical treatment. The nearest facility is at Casino or Lismore, some 30 minutes away by road, and this could be the difference between life and death for a seriously ill or injured person. The Campbell Hospital services have declined dramatically in the past 20 years. At one stage, it had a rehabilitation unit, 30 beds and a mental health service that was recognised around the world for the work it did. The further demise of the hospital is seen as detrimental to the well-being of the local people and places them in a compromising situation with regard to their seeking health services. We strongly request the hospital remain as a vital health facility offering essential services in the Coraki area. Yours sincerely, Lance Manton, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.